Catholic or biblical? The truth behind Sunday worship. For centuries, millions of Christians have gathered on Sunday for worship. Many believe it is the Lord's Day, a tradition passed down for generations. But the question is Sunday worship biblical or Catholic? Was it ordained by God, or was it a man-made tradition? The answer may shock you. What does the Bible say about the Sabbath? Before we investigate Sunday worship, let's first examine what God commanded. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Exodus 20:8-10, KJV. The seventh day is Saturday, not Sunday. From creation itself, God set aside the seventh day as holy. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it. Genesis 2:2-3, KJV. God never changed the Sabbath. It was set apart forever. So if God didn't change it, why do most Christians worship on Sunday? Did Jesus change the Sabbath? Many claim that Jesus changed the Sabbath to Sunday after his resurrection. But where in the Bible does Jesus command Sunday worship? The truth? Nowhere. Jesus himself kept the Sabbath. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And, as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day. Luke 4:16, KJV. Even after his resurrection, his followers still observed the Sabbath. And they returned and prepared spices and ointments and rested the Sabbath day according to the commandment. Luke 23:56, KJV. The apostles also observed the Sabbath. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the Scriptures. Acts 17:2, KJV. Nowhere in Scripture does Jesus or the apostles command Sunday worship. So if Sunday worship is not biblical, then who changed it? The Catholic Church admits it changed the Sabbath. The Catholic Church openly admits that they changed the Sabbath, not by God's authority, but by their own power. We observe Sunday instead of Saturday because the Catholic Church transferred the solemnity from Saturday to Sunday. The Convert's Catechism of Catholic Doctrine, 1937, Pelu 50. Sunday is our mark of authority. The Church is above the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that fact. Catholic Record, September 1, 1923. The Catholic Church took the pagan Sunday and made it the Christian Sunday. The Catholic World, March 1894, P1809. The evidence is clear. Sunday worship was not commanded by God, but was established by the Catholic Church. If you are a Protestant, why are you following a Catholic tradition instead of the Bible? Protestant churches admit the Sabbath is Saturday. Even Protestant denominations who claim to follow Scripture alone admit that Saturday is the biblical Sabbath. Baptist Church. There was and is a commandment to keep holy the Sabbath day, but that Sabbath day was not Sunday. Dr. Edward T. Hiscox, The Baptist Manual, 1893. Methodist Church. The reason we observe the first day instead of the seventh is based on no positive command. One will search the Scriptures in vain for authority for changing from the seventh day to the first. Clovis G. Chappell, 10 Rules for Living, pun 61. Lutheran Church. The observance of the Lord's Day, Sunday, is founded not on any command of God, but on the authority of the Church. Augsburg Confession, Article 88. The final challenge. Are you following God or man? If Sunday worship is biblical, then answer these questions. Where in the Bible did Jesus command Sunday worship? No such verse exists. If the Sabbath was abolished, why did Jesus and his disciples still keep it after his resurrection? Luke 23:56, Acts 13:42-44, Acts 16:13. If the Sabbath was changed to Sunday, why do Protestant churches admit that Saturday is the true Sabbath? We ought to obey God rather than men. Acts 5:29 KJV. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Revelation 14:12 KJV. Now that you know the truth, what will you do? Will you obey God or follow a man-made tradition?